Welcome to the Craftalong here with Linda Williams and myself. I hope that you are there. And hi, Linda. It's good to have your company. Linda's in Wales, aren't you, love?
Yes.
And is it raining or is the sun
No,
shining
it's
in
not
lovely
raining.
Wales?
It's lovely. It's been a sunny day.
Glad to hear it. Good.
Are you
Well, it's
shocked?
been a beautiful day here in Kent as well. Yeah, shock horror. So who's there? Is anybody with us? I hope so. And Jilly, not found us yet. Oh no, she's there now. Good. Sound is great. I tell you what I will do just quickly, in case I'm talking too loudly, Linda, just bear with me 1 second while people start coming in. I'm just going to check my volume because sometimes when I get excited, I talk too loudly and I need to just tone it down a little bit. Yeah, I thought so. That's better. Right, because it's easier for our good friends at home to turn me up than to turn me down. Right. So, how are you? Here they are. Here they come. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Come on in. I see all our familiar friends. It's been a while, Linda, since we've done this.
It has, isn't
When
it?
was the last time? When was the last time you and I got together and did a craft along, Linda?
I can't remember. It was when Grace was with us, isn't it? We did the rose stamp. That was the last time you and I got together to do anything on a live TV. Yeah.
Well, Grace is here, you know. Grace is in the house with Dave.
Yeah.
She's here again. Yeah.
Were you
She's
on a
here for her
train
granddad.
today? Were you on a train today? A little miniature train?
I was on a little miniature train today. We had a day off. We took a day out. It's been quite a roller coaster for the last few months, really. And so Grace was home, and it's been a real week. We've had a week of it. And so there was a little wood fair at the Bentley. It's about half an hour up the road near Lewes. So we went to this beautiful wood fair, and it had this little miniature train. So we sat on the train, and it was really nice with all the kids and Dave. But it was lovely. It was warm. The sun on your skin, it just felt so nice. And a walk in the woods, and there were loads of wood turners and potters and just real, almost an alternative lifestyle. It was lovely, really creative people, Linda. You'd have loved it.
Yeah. You enjoyed that.
Yes,
it was nice to switch off for a bit.
I really did. And where have you been for the last couple of weeks? I have to ask you.
Oh, we went to Florida on a family holiday, 10 of us.
Wow. Bit different to Bentley Wood Fair.
Get over it, actually.
But did you enjoy it? Just you and Rob next
time?
It
was lovely. Well, yeah, we had a great time. It was lovely to spend time with the family, you know.
I bet.
It is a holiday of a lifetime, really. I don't suppose we'll ever get to do that again with so many people. It's difficult to keep 10 people together anyway on a holiday like that. Lots of us went off and did our own thing. It was lovely. It was way too hot. It was about 34, 35, and it was humid, you know. So you couldn't do what you wanted to do, you know. So it's not a good time for Rob and I to be going to Florida. But you know, we had teachers with us that had to have time off. Would have had to have time off school. We'd gone during term time, so we couldn't do that. So yeah, that was why we went in August. Yeah.
Disneyland, Disney World, is it?
Yeah, Disney World, Universal, SeaWorld, you name it, we did it.
Wow.
I burned the candle both ends, I'll have you know. Rob would retire early, said, I can't hack this. I'm going to bed. We'd go back, and I'd be there with the kids. I'd pay you for it now, though.
Wonderful. Well, I'm glad you had a good time.
Yeah.
You do, you really do, while you still can, love.
Yeah.
So everybody's coming in now, Linda. They're coming to join us for a little craft along. And so, well, so here's the thing, right? So Linda designed these wonderful Christmas treasures. I'm just going to give you a little introduction, just in case you're not sure what we're actually up to here. Linda, years ago, for Pergamano, she illustrated and designed a beautiful book, actually, wasn't it, Linda? Called Christmas Treasures. And so we took the artwork, because we own Pergamano now, and Linda suggested that we take the artwork and turn that artwork, said artwork, into Groovi plates. and it translated into many, many Groovi plates. And so I said, well, there's no way we can push out 25 plates all in one hit. So what we decided to do was just slowly, month on month, release 5 every month for 5 months. And last month, Linda was in Florida. And so I had to, well, I did the show on the TV, didn't I, Linda? And
you did. That was great, yeah.
but you
did a
don't
good
really
job.
get, and they sold like hotcakes, right?
Yeah.
The first 5 plates,
It did.
it just blew the doors off.
I
And they're
know.
still
I was
selling like
so chuffed.
crazy.
Yeah.
I bet you were. So I know
Always
it's
chuffed.
lovely when,
Yeah.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's lovely when people like your work, isn't it? And so the first 5 plates, let me just find them. Here they are. So these were the plates that we did on television, the very first set of the Christmas Treasures. And so Linda, let me just get the glass. I need the other glasses on. I'm going to be on and off with the glasses here. Oh, that's better. Right. So this set, let me just do a little trick. Stay there. Right. Sorry, Linda, I'm just going to do this. So the first set, if I come in a little bit tighter now, this was this set, Winter Wishes, a really lovely, each of the 5 collections has a frame with it. So this was the Silent Night frame. Then we had the Winter Wishes. Then we had, this is gorgeous with the piece, that one. Then we had Twinkling Christmas, which is, I think, what we might have called the actual collection. So that was the other plate. And then this was the one that we used while Linda was in Florida. That was the one we used, wasn't it, Linda, to do a really beautiful piece of your artwork, which was this loveliness here. And we took well, I took what I'd learned from you. And then we did this. We only managed that little bit, didn't we? But it was a really fun evening. And the artwork was absolutely superb that everybody posted on Facebook during the next few weeks.
That's perfect.
Yeah, I know.
Perfect.
I was so chuffed myself,
Yeah.
Genuinely pleased. So that was the first one. And look at this loveliness. That's still from the first collection. This is just a superb piece of artwork that Linda did, didn't you, love?
Yes.
Really nice, black and white.
Of course, we took all the designs from the book. Well, they're not all from the book. There's some new ones in there as well coming up in the collection. And we added borders, didn't we, Bob? We added extra borders. So it's not a carbon copy of the book.
No, because on the Groovi,
yeah,
that's it. Because on the Groovi plate, you could put so much more, can't you?
yes.
So we decided to just really load the plates with loads and loads of assets. And I think clearly they were very popular because the artwork is coming through thick and fast from our fellow parchers. And then I think what we said we would do is we would split it into sets of 5. And every time, because we don't have a lot of time on television to get into the actual demonstration, we said that in between each release of 5 plates, we'd have a craft along. So that was what we did. And this is the craft along for the second set of plates, which we launched a fortnight ago. My hope is that everybody who wanted to join in this evening has received their plates. We have been inordinately busy, and holidays, illness, a lot going on at work. So if you didn't get your plates, and then the postal strike, that didn't help, blah 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 blah. I apologize. All I can tell you is we're working our little socks off. We really are.
Sometimes nice to watch, though.
Sometimes it's nice to watch.
It's just nice to watch, isn't it? If it's of an evening, it's just, if you don't want to craft, it's just nice to watch.
Exactly.
Isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And also, and also this is recorded. So this craft along is recorded. So you can always go back and hang out with us for another evening. Just press repeat. Now let's have a look at these plates, because these are the new set. Let me just have a look here. Let's open it up a little bit. So these were the new plates that were launched. Beautiful, Linda. These are absolutely beautiful. And then there was this one. Again, the other thing about these plates, I really liked this border, Linda. I really enjoyed that. And then now this time we added a round frame. They're very good to use, aren't they?
Yes, and I like that round one. It's lovely.
This is nice. I like this. This looks like a postage stamp. Oh, Little Town of Bethlehem. That's really nice. Some of the artwork that the design team did was beautiful. And this is the Behold the Star of Bethlehem with the 3 wise men. And this is the one that we're going to be using this evening, isn't it, Linda?
Yes, that's the one. Yeah.
So everybody if you're going to join in, that's what we need. And then just quickly, you're going to need your starter kit. And then I just put together a box of my stuff just so that you've got your gear in front of you. Let's have a look. So just so you know, if Linda's going to be using the starter kit, the Groovi starter kit, if she uses the Dorso oil, you're going to need a spot-on sponge. Right, Linda?
Yeah, that's right.
So if you're going to use a spot-on sponge and the Dorso oil, I'm guessing we're going to need the pergoliners.
Pergoliners, that's right. Just a few,
So we've got them, just a few. Cool. Then we need the perga colours, right?
Yeah.
Right. So we've got that and that and that. We may get to the scissors. Do we need the scissors?
We may. I don't know. It all depends how quickly we work. Yeah.
Okay. Then we've got a tape runner if we get to the end. We've got a sharpener. We've got a white pencil, but that's in the pergoliners as well. I've got a 1 needle. I've got a 2 needle bolt and a 1 needle. The 1 needle was for doing the brads with the super foam.
Yes. Yeah.
And then also, I've got a bit of parchment. I've got some plain parchment. I've got a Groovi guard. I've got my 1 and 2 needle, 3 and 4 needle from the starter kit. I've got my Dame Edna's. I've got the super foam for the brad work. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah.
And the perforating. I've got my Pico dies, but you don't need it, but it's handy. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
And then I've got the very violet, and there's two different colors of this is lovely color. So that's the very violet on the back, and then it comes with the other color. It's a 2-tone periwinkle blue and very violet, and they're lovely colors. I mean, if you like your violets and your lilacs, this is perfect. This one. So that's been cut out with a Pico. Right, there you go. A bit of white card cut out as well. And that's everything you need. And now I'm gonna take a back seat. So just bear with me a minute while I change the channel. I'm gonna hand over to lovely Linda like that.
Right. Okay.
Right.
So,
and now Linda's driving the bus tonight, and I'm just
I'll
going to
show you what we're going to do. So this is the one that we're going to do. My colours aren't as true as yours, Barb. This is the very violet, but I've altered the colours a little bit to make it darker so that you can actually see what I'm doing. Okay?
Yeah.
So if I hold this up for you.
It's beautiful, Linda. That border is so nice. So I can see now, when you deconstruct it, you can see the Pico, the very violet round. It's mounted on a 6x6 card blank, isn't it? Then we've got the very violet, and we got the white. And have you Pico cut around?
I have Pico cut.
That's all Pico cut.
Yeah, that's Pico cut.
You're on your own there, love.
But the thing is, you can actually, you could, let me see, what did I use? I used the piece, right, the very violet. You've got the card blank, which is 6x6.
Yeah.
I've got my notes here, look. The card blank, which is 6x6.
Perfect.
And then I cut a piece of very violet and a piece of white card. And these were both cut with the second largest Pico die. So if I bring the dies in, let me just show you so that you know exactly which one. It's the second largest. Okay?
Yeah.
So you can see that that's the size. Okay.
And I'll tell you what I did do on my blog, Linda, today. If anybody wants the list for later, Barbara Gray blog, barbaragrayblog.com. It's all listed in the blog, today's blog.
Yeah. So I like to, when I layer my cards, I like to actually have a 3D form just to give them a bit of dimension. So you can see I've put the very violet on a piece of white card to make it a bit more substantial. You don't have to do that. So I layered that on there. And then when I put this piece together, I had a piece of white card, which was picot cut with the 4th largest picot die. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. It's that one.
Yeah.
The 4th.
Perfect.
Okay. Now, what you could do is when you're cutting that piece of card out, you could actually cut a piece of parchment with it.
Yeah.
So I had to go earlier on when I was having a little recap on what I was doing, and I did start to prepare one. So I actually cut a piece of parchment that was that size as well, and it will fit exactly in there. Okay,
Right.
You need to
Gotcha.
get close to the edge with those outer scallops. So when you start, just put them up almost to the edge, and it'll fit perfectly. And that way, you don't have to be doing any picot cutting around the outside.
So let me ask you this, Linda.
Yeah.
Oh, Master Parcher, would you say you cut the parchment out and then do the groovy work? I would.
Yes, probably yes. Yeah.
Because if you did all that work and then you cut into it with the die, you'd be spitting feathers, wouldn't you?
Yeah, or you could actually trim it with your paper trimmer, you know? If you didn't want to do it, if you haven't got the dies, you can actually work on an A5 piece of parchment and then trim it with your craft knife or your paper trimmer.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, brilliant.
So right, so those
I'm excited about this.
Eh?
I'm excited about this.
Oh yeah. So those then are your...
I don't get to be a learner very often, do I? I love it.
So for this, we've actually used pencils to colour. Can you see the rays of the star?
Yeah,
I've
lovely.
used pencils on the back for that, and some dorso colour, dorso oil to blend it. And the rest of it then is coloured with the felt tips, the Perga colours. Okay?
Right.
Now,
Yeah.
when people, as a traditional parcher, when we used to use Perga colours, we used to paint with a brush. Let me put that back. We used to paint with a brush. And when we painted with a brush, we used to be very careful about the water that we used. So it was a bit difficult to teach people you had to actually teach them in person. It's difficult to teach online how to use a brush and water on parchment. And it became impossible for some. So then we started using them neat. Now, you either like it or you don't like it. It's a bit like Marmite. I mean, so I'm not too keen on the bright colours. You know me, I like the pastel. But I mean, I've got to teach the bright colours. And I found that there's a way of using these felt tips, because you can, if you do it too much, it becomes nubbly. And if you're very careful about what you do, you can get nice, neat layers. And I'll show you that afterwards. And I found a different way to use it. So use the Perga colours along with the Perga liners. So in the next craft along, I might develop something that we can do then that will make things look like velvet. So I've been playing with that today. So maybe we'll do that next time. So we need to use the Perga colours a little bit more. Pencils are safe, aren't they? And we all tend to use a lot of the pencils. So yeah, so that's what we're going to do. Okay? So I'll go back to this. So, right, the first thing you need to do is you need to take your... I think I'm a bit close there, aren't I?
Yeah.
Let's good.
Back it up, girlfriend. Way.
Is that better? See, when I did it this morning, the light has changed a lot, so the light is not good, is it? Hang on. Is that better? Probably. Right, okay. So I'm going to use
I'm going to work with you in parallel because my camera's a lot brighter than yours.
Your camera's a lot brighter, isn't it? And I'm
Yeah,
not
but
sure.
that's all right, Linda.
Is that okay? Sorry about that. I think it's
listen.
probably my background light as well.
Yeah, but you got to understand, and so have our friends at home. We've spent many thousands on TV studios at Clarity during lockdown, especially. And you know, you're doing this as a friend to help me out and to teach. See, you
is that better?
You're the expert, girl. Yeah, actually, it is
that a bit better?
Let's have a look if you come. Yeah, it is actually. Can you move it over to the left a little bit?
Yeah.
No, the other. That's it. Bingo.
Better. Okay.
What's the general consensus? Jilly's in the room with us. Jilly, that's better, isn't it? That's good, Linda.
Better.
That's absolutely brilliant. And I will stay in my half because it's a lot brighter. Are we in agreement, or do I reduce me?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take an A4 piece of parchment, okay?
A4 or A5?
A5, sorry. Right, so what you need to do, I'm going to make the frame a little bit smaller. If I show you, let me show you on this. The frame is a little bit bigger. Okay?
Yeah.
So I'm going to,
I see.
I'm going to reduce my frame. I'm going to reduce my frame by one of those little scallops there.
Gotcha.
Okay, so in order to do that and to stop me from going too far, I'm going to put some pieces of, some pieces of tape.
So this is a very good trick on how to use a Groovi plate and make it to size.
Yeah. So let me just check. So I'm just masking off that bit there, because if you don't, and somebody talks to you, you'll make a mistake.
Gotcha.
Okay, let me just check now. So I'll count the big ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's wrong. I'm masking off the whole thing. So I'm masking off the whole of that one. It's lucky I checked. Are you with me now? I'm masking off the whole of that one.
Yeah, this one here. Yeah. Check what I'm doing.
Yeah, and I'm masking off that little bit. So if you look, there's a half of one showing now above that circle. I'm masking that off as well.
So you're going to go to there and you're going to, I understand. And then you want this little bit gone as well.
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the lower semicircles. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 of the higher ones. Don't worry about the corners, these little bits here. I'll show you how to put those in afterwards. Okay? So I'm going to do the same down the bottom.
Oh, you're doing it on the actual plate, not on the...
Yeah, I'm doing it on the actual plate.
Sorry.
All right.
You're doing it on the plate, not on the parchment.
If you do it on the plate, then you can actually take the parchment off and it's on the plate ready for you.
I understand, okay? Linda. I've had a hell of a week, all right?
I know.
Right,
so just check. 1, 2, 3,
4, 5.
5 of the inner ones.
I tell you what, it was a lot easier last time, Linda.
I don't think we're going to be doing the cutting today, Barb, are we? Hey?
Not unless we want to pull an all-nighter, darling. Well, I'm easy. How long you got?
Oh, plenty of time. Right, okay. So, now then, let's put my parchment. Now remember now, if you've got your piece of parchment cut, you're going to butt
Move
it
over
right
to the left a bit, madam. Move over to the left a bit, madam.
to the left, okay?
That's it. Bingo. And up a bit. It's like Bernie the Bolt.
Up a bit.
There we go. Wunderbar.
Right. So if you've got your piece of parchment already cut to size, you're going to butt it right up to the edge there, which is what I'll do on this anyways, just so that we're doing the
Butt it
same.
right up to what edge, love?
To the edge of your parchment. If you've got a piece already cut with your pico die to that size,
Oh, I see.
you can see it's almost up to the edge there. Okay.
Yeah. But if we haven't pico cut it, if we haven't pico cut, I haven't pico cut.
If you haven't pico cut it, just put it in the middle.
Put it where you like, right?
And then you can cut
Right,
it out.
girls.
We'll do that, shall we? Yeah?
Yeah, we
Well, if you're doing
try.
that, I'm doing that as well.
Keep it simple. That's it. I've used half a roll of Groovi tabs on this now. It's not going anywhere, Linda.
Yeah. Right, okay. Now then, rub over with your tumble dryer sheet.
I hope this is the right way around. Right. Make sure that the plate's the right way around. All righty.
This is it. I'll soon find out if it's the wrong way around now.
You will, love.
Okay, so now then, because it's a reduced square, when you're doing your parallel lines here, oh, that's really fuzzy, isn't it? Let me do something with that.
Just you talk and I'll do. I'll be your hands, Linda.
No, wait a minute. Okay. Right, so I'm going to put the double line in first. Okay, this double line here.
Yeah.
So when you get to the end, just stop short because you can fill that in later. Because if you go too far, when you're completing your square, you'll find you'll have overshot the mark. Okay, so if you watch now, if I start at the corner and then I take the pressure off and give it a little flick, and I'm ending there. I'm not going right to the end, and I'm going to do the same there. Give it a little flick. And then coming down.
And flick.
And flick. Okay?
That's it. Lovely.
And then we're going to put the scallops in.
Number one
tool. Yeah, number one tool. You want them nice and crisp.
This is the easy bit. And then when you get to the...
You, I'm working in the dark, yeah? We got a blackout, yeah. Well, I thought it was a bit too yellow. I might have to put it on again when I'm doing the colouring.
That's okay. Yeah. But I think it's good because really you give us the knowledge and I've got the picture.
Yeah,
right?
There we are.
I just don't want to screw this up. I think I need to stop there, don't I? 1, 2, 3, 4. Show us the picture, Linda.
Where's your tape then? Didn't you put any tape on?
I did, love, but I don't trust it. I'd rather count.
Listen, famous last words. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
4. And 4 of the little ones up the top. Bingo.
Yeah, oh, you've done it, right? Okay. You've done it without tape. I'm very impressed.
No, the tape's there, but it's underneath the parchment and I can't see it.
All right, okay. Right, maybe masking tape's the answer then, eh?
Yeah. Counting helps.
Yeah.
This is a
I
lovely
often
design.
think,
This is yours, isn't it? This lovely pattern.
yes.
It's
I
really nice.
often put masking tape on my plates because if I want to stop short somewhere, it does stop you going too far. Have you gone too far now?
No, I nearly did.
Oh, look how
And
clean I am.
turn your work. Right, let me do the thinking bit now, and then I can relax. I'll do the thinking bit. Right, that's it. Pressure's off now.
Have we done the thinking bit? Best
Do the
start at
thinking
the
bit.
end, see, isn't it? Start at the end, and at the end where you
Do the
think you might
thinking
go wrong.
bit.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you get in the groovy zone. You get in the groovy zone, and then
you
you
go too
suddenly
far.
start. Yeah. So do the
Yeah.
dodgy bit first.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't call it dodgy.
But it works if you're doing grid work and things, you know, when you want to stop at a certain point and you don't want to take it too far. That
You should
little bit of
start at the end, but you should start at the end. That's the challenge, shouldn't you? Really?
You should, yeah. Always, yeah.
Catch up, Linda.
Have you finished?
Chop, chop.
Have you done it? Have you? Okay.
I hope so, unless I've made a really big mistake. Yes, I have. Would you like to check my work,
I'm nearly there.
please?
I'm nearly there.
Don't go too
Hey,
far, love.
you know, I'm blind here, you know. I can't see what I'm doing.
Oh, put a light on then.
Oh, I'm going to put the lights on. Look at it.
I tell you what, Linda. Oh no, yeah, all right then. That'll do.
Is that do?
That's perfect, love.
You liar. Right. Okay. Concentrate now. Right. Stop messing about.
Sorry, Teach. Sorry.
Right. So when you've got those in, you need to turn your parchment, okay? So you need to do a 1/4 turn. Okay?
Oh, here we go.
I'm actually matching up those scallops there and those. So you're going to match up these scallops and these straight lines. So if you match those up, there we are. That'll keep the box straight.
Hang on, let me think. Oh, I got you.
You got me?
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
you're not putting the box in first.
Shush a minute.
Go on.
I gotta think.
Right.
Why couldn't you have just done it the size it was? Why did you have to go and get clever on us?
Because you keep telling me we're going small.
Oh, right.
It's your fault.
Well, it's my fault, is it, that we're going... There's got to be a softer, easier way than this. Hang on a minute. Let me just think.
Yeah.
So if it looks like that at that end, it's got to look like that at that end. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. So that's going to join up to there. Oh, we're miles out, Barbara. Right, now I see.
You got it?
Piece of cake when you realise.
That's not what you were going to say then. Right. So when you're putting this line in now, you can ease it in to where you went gently, where you did that little flick. Okay? But remember to do a little flick this end. So along you go and flick. Not too far. Okay?
Yeah, I'm a bit... Yeah, right. I've gone too far on that. Oh, bugger. That's okay. Oh, blast.
If you do go too far and you meet the other line, then you just do
It's all
the
right.
same on all the corners.
I'll
Yeah?
just do a brad over it. I'll put a butterfly on it. What's up with you? Right. That'll do. This is... Can I just say at this point...
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
This is this is about the journey, not the destination. It's
It
all
is.
about hanging together, girls.
Yeah,
Okay. And also, I'd also like to point out that this is a template. Okay, this is where you make your mistakes so that you do it right the next time round.
exactly. And we could have
Right.
gone for the easy version, couldn't we? And just done the right size. But
Yes,
any of you
Linda, we couldn't we?
yeah, but my point is that anybody can do that, and I'm just showing you a different way.
Yeah, well,
I'm all for stretching you.
yeah, well, you've stretched me. Oh, look at this mess in the corner.
Have you done a mess?
Don't get cocky. Look.
Yeah, well, you do the same. You make a mess on all the corners now, so that it looks deliberate.
Be all right. I will correct it afterwards. Let's just get these things in place. Said she, whizzing round.
Oh, you've gone way beyond me now, haven't you? You've gone around. So I'm going to turn mine now.
Oh, you're only doing one at a time.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's
Because
why I okay. I was doing both sides. That's
Yeah.
why it's a little bit of a challenge
You
for
went
me,
corner
Linda.
to corner, didn't you? Yeah.
I did, love.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's all right, Bob.
I couldn't see because it was too dark on your side.
I'm on the dark side, you know.
Yeah, I'll have
So
to
I'm
have a
doing
little
it
fiddle there.
exactly
Oh,
the
I
same.
see. Of course. That's why I've come unglued here. So, right, I'm going to do this bit and then I'm going to doctor it a bit. By the time...
Oh,
That's all
God, I
right.
wish I'd done it the right size now.
I wish you had. No, we love learning, don't we, everybody? Yes, we do. We do. It's a lovely learning curve, Linda.
But you might find you like, if you like the border enough, you might find you want to do just a small little one, you know, on a tag or something. And now you know how
Yes.
to do it.
I realise my error now, the error of my ways, because what I should have done is just focused on this corner here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, well, I did say you're only giving it a quarter turn.
Yeah, well, I know, I didn't hear you. I wasn't listening to that bit.
Oh,
Did you say that actually?
yeah, only turn it one little bit, a quarter turn.
That's where I went wrong. Oh, well, not to worry. They'll never know.
So
There you go.
there we are. I've gone all the way around now, and see, I've only got that little corner to do now there.
Yeah.
It's where they meet now. And you've got to
All right.
pray that you've actually got a square. And if you've lined your inner lines up, you'll get a nice square.
Well, I've definitely got a square because I did a 100. I did a, didn't I?
There we go.
And flick.
There we are. There we go.
There you go.
What do I
There's
do
more
next?
than one road to Rome, love. I got there as
Yeah.
well.
Oh, well done.
Oh, who says? That'll
Right.
do. How are we
So
doing?
we
Hands
do.
up, those of you who did what I did. Come on. Be
It
honest.
doesn't matter, does it, eh?
Not at all.
Not at
Does it
all.
look remotely like this?
Yeah, it's lovely.
Linda, may I say that I think that is actually a really good way to reduce, because all you got to do then, if you wanted to make it even smaller, you just reduce it by the number of semicircles, don't you?
Yeah, you could do a little 3-1, you know, and it make a
Yeah.
lovely little centerpiece or something. Say, you know, say you want to do this now, the full size, and then you wanted to do a little 3-1 inside or a reduced one inside. It
Lovely.
would look really lovely. You'd have a really lovely layered look, wouldn't you? Yeah.
You would.
So we're going to do now that little bit on the end. See those little bits on the end?
Hold it up closer to the camera, Mrs. Go on, Linda. Well, that's better. Which bit are we talking about now?
This little bit here. So we've got that. Okay?
Yes.
So we're going to put that little bit on the end.
Oh, it's not there.
Not there. It's actually one of those. Can you see that little bit there?
Right, gotcha.
It's actually one of those. But to get it nicely centered, what you need is a white pencil and a ruler. Okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my ruler with my Groovi grip on and a white pencil, and I'm going to draw in the diagonals. I'm going to make sure that the ruler is correctly placed on the corner, and I'm just going to draw on the outside edge, the diagonals. You don't need to go right the way across. I'll do it again
on all
there.
4 corners, Linda.
On all 4 corners, yeah. So you see you changing the border again.
Oh, hang on. Are we doing this on the back or the front, the line?
I'm doing it on the front. It doesn't matter. You're
good.
going to rub it out in a bit anyway, so it really doesn't matter. So you're just going
just
on
a little flick.
Just a little flick. There we are. And then you're going to bring your Groovi plate back.
Is everyone? Are we having fun yet?
I'm going to take
We
these bits.
appreciate everything you show us, Linda.
Oh, bless. Thank you. Okay. So if I bring
Can we
this
take
up,
all the Groovi? Can we take all this off now, or do we still need all that?
yeah, you can take it off now. Yeah. So if I point to the bit that we're going to use, can you see that bit there?
Yes.
That's the bit that we're going to use, but we're not going to use it all because you're going to be cutting some little bits off. But what you want is, see that bit there, that's going to go right in the corner here.
Show us the card, Linda.
You can see that point gets tucked right in to that corner there. And there's the rest of it, but there's a few little bits that come down here that would then, you know, that's a little bit longer, isn't it? You're not going to put those in. You're going to stop at that scallop there. Okay? Got that? Yeah, that's it, Barb.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, quick, Groovi tab in.
So make sure that point runs through your line, yeah?
Yep. Yeah.
And that would be, I'm going to just do it without a Groovi tab, so hope it doesn't move. So what you'll find as well is that one line runs through the other. Just do it where you think it should stop.
But
okay? And that's what you get.
Come down a bit.
Okay?
Yes.
Got it? So you've got a little gap there.
Like that.
Just ever such a slight gap. We'll sort that out in a minute, okay?
I don't need Groovi tabs really for this, do I?
No, you don't. No.
Okay. I understand.
Make sure you don't go off a bit like I did there.
Off a bit? Not you.
I went off a bit, yeah. Well, there's so many lines there, isn't there? So be careful when you get to the tip or you'll be going down the wrong line.
Sometimes it helps if you make a little dot so you know where you're headed. So, for example, I put that there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make a little dot, and
Good
then you
idea.
know where you're going, don't
Oh,
you?
there we are. Yeah, if you start from there we are. Yeah, that's a big help.
I'm full of good ideas.
There we
That'll do.
are. So you can rub your pencil marks out now. Just get it there.
With a pink Faber-Castell
Yeah, pink.
eraser pencil. Right.
Yeah.
I won't be a minute. Where did I put that? I'm attached to the computer, so I can't go very far.
Oh. I tell you what, I've got to say, I love those
Yes,
new
love.
paper pads.
Oh, yeah, the
Oh,
companion papers.
they are divine, and I'm no longer I'm struggling to find the right colour.
I
It's
know.
fantastic.
They are.
Yeah.
They are. They're companion papers. I
You know
agree, Linda.
what you did in the last
Really.
craft along, where you mixed two colours of parchment to get the right shade of the green, remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you don't need to do that anymore, do you? So
No,
brilliant.
no.
Yeah.
They are so, and the thing about them as well is that there's a paper color. It's like Farrow and Ball. It's like that real classy deluxe paper. Oh, just beautiful colors.
Really
And the
beautiful.
weirdest thing is, the strangest thing is though, and it is almost it's very strange when if you like Northern Lights, when I designed the Northern Lights designer papers, right, I used like prime colors, like from the alcohol inks, like red, yellow, like mustard,
Yes.
you know, the proper prime color, denim. And if you use those colors, Northern Lights especially, if you use those colors, then when you open the Northern Lights companion pad, every single one works for you because that was where we extracted the color from. It's just
Yeah.
crazy. It
Yeah.
really is.
Yeah.
It's
Brilliant.
very exciting.
They're really lovely.
And I,
I've used them a couple of times now, and it's so lovely flicking through and being able to find exactly what you want, you know? Really good.
yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
I love them.
I later on, I'll just run over the back. I'll unattach myself and I'll go and find them because we might
Yeah.
see what complement color we could find for this, you know, be interesting.
Yeah. Okay, right. I'll just, before I move on now and put the center in, I'm just going to show you what I do with that. So the little gap. You know me, I like to have things just right. So I'm going to use my Pergamano embossing mat. Okay, and on the back,
The pink one.
all I'm going to do. Are we going blurred? Is it
No,
blurring
love,
at
you
all?
did from momentarily. You're all right. Keep going.
All I'm going to do is just tease that line in there so that it flows.
With your number 1 tool or your number
With
2
my
tool?
number 1 tool, yeah. Or you could use a number 1 Pergamano ball tool. That's quite nice for
No, I
doing this.
understand. You're just closing up the edge. You're
Just
closing up that.
closing up the edge, okay? It looks nicer. It's just a little finishing touch.
Yeah. And the pink mat, I suppose, even though in the starter kit the black mat has also got the soft back, the pink mat is just it's a lot easier to use, isn't it?
Just, well, if you've got the black mat, all you do is put a piece of salad bag, isn't it? So
yeah, that's it.
um,
Do you want to
right.
put a tip on these? Have they got a tip or are they going to be rounded?
No, they're rounded.
Okay.
Yeah, they're rounded. So right, okay. Oh, what are you doing next? So I'm going to take the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put that circle in there. So what I used was what I used was this one. Okay, and I used the inner circle. It fits really nicely in there. Remember now you're working on the back. I'm going to put that circle in there.
I've used about 10 Groovi tabs so far.
You'll be going down to Dave later and they'll be stuck everywhere. Are you losing them here? Oh,
No, it's fine. I'm happy. I'm happy.
Fred's going to move.
So we're working on the back. And
Working on the back. Are we doing
Can
that?
we have a look at the artwork again?
That double circle.
Right, gotcha.
Just one double circle, not the inner one. The outer double circle. Well, not the outer one, it's the one that's in the middle, but it's not the innermost one.
This one here.
That's it, yeah, the one that fits exactly in the middle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we'll be doing both lines.
Both, yeah.
Okay.
You done it?
No, I'm good, but I'm not that good.
Right. Okay. Right, so we've done that.
Right.
Right, so we're going back to the wise men plate now.
Three wise men.
The three wise men, yeah. The first thing we're going to do is going to put the star in. So the star is on the right-hand side on the front. So we're going to put the star on the left-hand side. And we're going to put it pretty close to the edge of the circle. Almost on the top left. Leave a little gap, but not much because you want to get the wise man in.
Now, how come you've got him? Am I going mad here? If you want him on the left-hand side,
no,
it's going to be over here, isn't it?
It's on the right-hand side on the card, look.
Right, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, and you're working on the back, so yeah, you're on the back, yeah?
Yeah.
So because I'm going to emboss the front, there's like, it's a double star, isn't it? Because I'm going to emboss the front bit, I'm going to do that with a No.2 tool. Let me bring it a bit closer.
Nice.
Going to emboss that bit, and then
The
I'm
big
going
bit.
to use,
Yes.
that's with a No.2 tool. No.2, right? And then I'm going to use the No.1 tool on the back
for the
bit.
4 little prongs.
Yeah.
Right, I'm coming in a bit closer for this as well. How's this? Oh, that's too much, Barbara. Okay. No.2 tool is the one with the little ball at the end.
Yeah.
So it just makes it easier when you're embossing, I suppose, doesn't it, doing the white work?
Yeah, definitely. You need less of a sharp outline to make a nice white image. If you make a mistake, it doesn't matter, you know?
Gotcha.
You do it as you want to do it, isn't it? So, right. And now we're going to do the wise man that's pointing to the star. That's the middle one. Okay? Now, if you notice, he's going to go to the right. He's on the left on the project, but if you notice, I cut some of his
legs off. Cut his leg off.
Cut his leg off. It doesn't matter. I mean, if you want to put the whole one in, if you don't like that, you can actually do that. Okay, but you're not going to have much room then for your little tree and your manger and things. Okay, so
can we have a look at the artwork one more time, Linda? Sorry.
Yeah.
Just checking how much of his leg we're losing. Oh yeah, gotcha. Thank you.
Cut him off at the knee. Really, so you can get I've got the whole of his tail in. I mean, you can put him as low as you like, really. There we are. It's about That's about right, I would say. That's how I've done them anyway.
That's it. So what we're using, the number 1 tool for him.
Right, now you need to use a number 2 tool for the anything that you want to emboss white. So let me show you what I've used the number. I used for the little bit of fur around his crown. Not a bit closer.
Right.
And I
Go on, you say it and we'll do it.
Yeah,
The
okay.
beard?
His beard, the little diamond shapes on his robe, and the little dots on, you know, those dangly things that's hanging from the camel's neck. The little dots there, and the little dots on his
Yep.
thingy, and his eye. Okay? Yeah?
Yes. The little diamonds on his robe. I think the best thing to do is to do all the stuff in number 2 first.
I always do the stuff with number 2 first. Because you forget, don't you?
You absolutely do.
Yeah.
Where were the little dots, Linda? There was a few dots somewhere.
There, look. On you see where the reins of the camel are, the bits that are dangling from the bottom of his chin. There are 3 little dots there. Yeah, and there are some little dots there, isn't there? Around
like
his
tassels or something. Yeah. Oh well, I could do that
definitely.
straight away.
And of course you've got his eye and his nose.
The camel's eye.
Yeah.
This one's Melchior, you know.
Is it? How do you know?
Well, one of them's Casper. We've got Casper, we've got Melchior, and we've got Belshazzar. I think they're the 3.
Right.
And forgive the pronunciation, but I reckon the one in the middle's Melchior.
Right.
He's got the ump.
Boom!
Is that all of it?
Yeah, there's not much to do with the number 2. Don't forget his beard and the little diamonds on his robes. The little diamonds on his sleeve, you're going to have to do that with the number 1. They're way too small.
Okay.
You're going to be colouring those in red anyway. They need to be sharp. See, what you could do is actually just rub the tool over it, look. Just rub it over like that. And it comes up really nice.
The number...
Rub the number 1 tool over it. If you've got anything that's really detailed like that, rub the tool over it and it comes out quite sharp.
Now, if I'd suggested that 5 years ago, traditional parchers would have got their custard.
Yeah. Lovely turn of phrase. Yeah, they would, didn't they?
You heard it from Linda Williams, I'm saying, not from me. Are we doing the rest with the number 1 tool then?
Rest with the number 1 tool, yeah.
Starting with his crown. Eh?
Yeah. Start at the top and work your way down.
Oh, Barbara, you.
What's the matter?
Right, don't worry. No, it's all right. Ignore me. Ignore. I did it with the number 2 tool and then I went back in anyway, just because I could.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, does it?
It really doesn't matter. Do you know that, Linda?
No. The thing is, if you want to emboss something and you say, oh, I'm going to do it with a number 2 tool, and then you mistakenly do it with a number 1 tool, don't emboss it and just colour it in. Yeah, you know, I mean, goodness me, it's not the end of the world, is it? It's only a piece of paper. No. There's worse things that could happen.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah. There we are.
I guess the thing about this is it just it allows you, it's like focusing. I've been reading like Audible books like voraciously recently because it just,
Have you?
yeah, but you know, for me it just enables me to switch off. I just don't want to think, I just want to stop, you know.
Yeah.
And the best way to do that for me is, and I find that this kind of focus on a groovy track like this, if you really concentrate on it, you know, when you're on your own and you're just doing it for yourself, I think it's such a mindful process, which is what it is, isn't it? It's focusing the mind, eh?
Yeah. And you
I'm
don't
going to
need
start up the shack next week, Linda.
You what?
I'm going to start the shack up on not
Are
on
you?
Monday, because obviously
Yeah.
we're going to be paying our respects to the Queen, but on Thursday,
Yeah.
I thought it was about time we got together again in the shack. So anybody who's a shacker, Monday no, because it's obviously it's the Queen's funeral. But then on Thursday, I thought it would be nice to get together, and at 10 o'clock, Facebook, and we'll get going again. And I've got a week to come up with something really nice to come to, a little bus trip for us.
Yeah.
A little outing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Brilliant.
Yeah. So that's going to be next Thursday.
That, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I think we've had to have a little bit of a break, but I do think that now would be a good time to get going again, you know?
Don't forget his nose and his mouth and his eye, the wise man. Yeah, I'd do that with the number 1 tool if I were you. Right. Yeah. Are we done?
Yeah. I just want to see if I've got him, though. Can I just have a little check?
Look how clear that is with you. It's lovely. Great stuff.
Let me just check. There are. He's not bad, Linda.
He's lovely. Yeah. Great stuff.
I think I missed a little bit. Where have I missed a little bit? There was something.
Oh, I think.
No, I think he's all right.
Yeah, I think
see how that's slotted back in, friends?
Yeah. So right, we're going to change. We're going to change plates, and we're going to put the stable in, and we're going to use the little Bethlehem scene. Make sure it's the right way up. I'm going to use that. Yeah, that's the one. We're going to just put in. Just going to put in.
So you've got to be able to feel it. So you make sure that you can read Groovi in the top right-hand corner, and then you know it's right.
Yeah.
So we're going to use two. Where'd you find the palm trees? Oh, over on the other side.
Yeah, it's right next to the stable. There.
Just the one.
Right-hand corner. Yeah, that's it.
Move over to the left a bit, love.
That one. So we're going to put it.
That's it.
Down there somewhere. Make sure your lines line up with that there, or your palm tree is going to be leaning. So always make sure that your lines on your piece of parchment are lining up with some of the lines on your plate.
Gotcha. How far up do you want this little stable? I nearly called it a hut then. Oh yeah, okay. Cool.
Yeah, you can put it a bit further up if you want it.
And are we doing a number 1 tool on this?
I would say all number 1 tool for this, yeah.
Well, on that roof, I think your idea of, don't you?
Sorry?
I think the roof, you know what you were saying about running the number 1 tool?
Yeah. Yeah, do the roof like that because it's so much quicker.
Yeah. Well, also, you don't miss any of it. Look.
No. And I don't think the roof of the shed is perfect anyway, is it?
Are we going to leave the stable, the palm tree exactly where it is and do it as it comes?
You can do, yeah, I did. And I put a little one in as well, if you want to put another little one in. See, I put one in, put another one in.
Yeah, okay.
I took
Of course
one
you
from
did.
the other side.
I would wonder what was wrong with you if you didn't, Linda. Right.
I'm going to put mine there.
Another little one.
Yeah.
I'm going to put mine there, behind that side, from the other side. There we go.
There we are.
And Tina's on telly tomorrow, you know.
Yes, she's got
1 o'clock and 1
new
o'clock and 5
plates.
o'clock.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful plates. Yeah. I don't even know if they're new ones, but they're very lovely and
Very
she's done some
pretty.
phenomenal
Yeah.
artwork. Yeah. But she's on Create and Craft tomorrow at 1 o'clock and 5 o'clock on the main channel, which is great. So put that in your diaries, friends.
Yeah, we'll be
Put that in your
watching.
diaries. Tina Cox tomorrow morning. No, 1 o'clock or 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Yeah.
Right. So I put Behold the Star in in that little space there. Okay. So you'll find that on this plate. So you've got Behold the Star. So Behold the Star is actually in a line, in a straight line. So what I did was I put in Behold the, and I put the star in underneath it. Now, if you want to, you can actually make a little template on a piece of parchment and do it that way. We've shown that before, haven't we? I think what I probably will do is get on with the colouring now, Bar, and then you can put whatever sentiment. Do you want to put it in now, or?
I was just thinking.
Yeah.
Right. This is you know the way. I'm not calling this a cheats way. I'm just calling it the way that I've found. Right.
Yeah.
So I turn. Let me show you what you'll go. No, you can't do that. But right. So say it says, "Behold the star," right? So then I look here and I say, right, behold, yeah.
Yeah.
And I know that I want to put behold there. So I'm just going to take my white pencil and I'm going to trace out the B, because then I know where that's going to be, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to trace out the E on that. So then I know that that's the right, do you see?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to do the S and I think, where do you want to put a star? Down that there, like
that's about right.
So I'd put the S there and the R there. Now I'm just saying, right? So now I've written it really roughly on the front. Then when I turn it round, this is me when I'm pressed for time, right? And when I turn it round, right, where's it gone? Here we are. So there's B, hold the, right? So I'll stick that down now. Look. And I know, provided that my pencil marks, so I've got the B hold in the right place, right? And then, right, so I'm on the back and I've done I've lined up my pencil work. Do you see?
Yeah.
So let's just let me do it. And then if I mess it up, then it's just mine that's messed up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. But I just wanted to show you that this is quite an easy way to get it in if you're splitting lines. So then I've got behold the, and I know that the template I've tried that, but the blooming thing never sticks in place. And then
and the trouble is it's quite time consuming to actually get the template and then put it in place.
So we've got behold the, and then I'll take the word star and I'll find it where is it? There. So I've got my S and my R.
Yeah.
Right. So I know that that's the right place. Stick it down. And then, and I know I'm rushing this a little bit, but you get what I'm saying.
That's a good idea. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a quick solution, isn't
Yeah.
it? Now let's have a look.
That's really good. Yes, a
To
good
hold the
idea.
star.
Brilliant. And if you're a bit
And then
afraid of not getting it straight, what you could do is just draw in a couple of guidelines. Just move your
a couple of
down and
lines, ruler
just
lines.
draw in a couple of lines, and then you know that you're getting it in the right place. Yeah? Great.
Exactly. But
Yeah, it's a good
if
way
you
of doing
use
it.
two reference points, the first
Yeah.
letter and the last letter on each line, it
Yeah.
usually would stand you. But you're absolutely right. If you really wanted to make sure it was straight, then just two
Yes.
pencil lines as well, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go. That
Okay. Right. So we've worked that one out then. I'll leave mine
Cool.
blank. Okay, so you're going to need your ruler next, because what we're going to do next is put in some guidelines to help you with your colouring on the back. But I'm going to actually draw in the guidelines on the front, because I need to rub them out afterwards. And if you've drawn them on the back, that you will dissolve the white pencil anyway with your dorso, and it'll mix with the yellow and things. And if you leave any residue, you can't rub it out, because you'll be rubbing out all your dorso colour. Okay?
Yes.
So right. So you need to decide where you're going to put all these little rays, and a good starting point. So I'm going to draw. You can see where I put mine in. So I'm gonna, if you follow me, I'm gonna draw lines
Move
from
over to
those.
the left, love. Move over to the left a bit, honey.
Okay.
That's it.
There we
Bingo.
are. Move my chair over. So you see the tips of these points here? I'm gonna put, and I'm gonna go all the way across. White pencil.
On the front.
On the front, yeah, all the way across to the end of the circle. You don't need to go outside the circle. And I'm going to put a couple of lines on these cross ones here, the cross piece. Put a couple of lines in there.
That looks nice, you know, Linda, just as a white line.
Yeah,
As an
you could
art
actually do that.
effect.
You could emboss them in if you wanted. And
Just
I'm going
like
to do,
that, love.
yeah, and I'm going to do.
Doesn't that look nice?
It does, doesn't it?
Mm. You've done it really heavy, have you?
Well, I'm doing it quite heavy for you to be able to see it, but it doesn't need to be that heavy. And then you're going to divide it further. So I'm going to divide that. So I'm going to go down the middle of that one there.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you put them. You just need to put plenty in, you know.
Nice rays.
I'm going to divide that one. So I'm going to put a whole one in there. So I'm going to do one there and one there. And so I didn't do one coming right at the bottom. I didn't want to put one there. I thought it would look more natural if I didn't do that. And then that way. I mean, you could all, everybody might divide them up differently. Let me see. That needs dividing up, doesn't it? That one there.
Nice.
And maybe we need one up there. And
I think I'm going to stop. I'm done.
yeah. There we are, me too. Okay, and then you're going to take your pergoliners. So out of your pergoliners tin, you need B8 and B9.
Behave what?
B8 and B9, which is orange and yellow.
Do you know what I think would look really nice? I know we're going to go orange and yellow, obviously, but do you know what I think would look really lovely is if you took like a dot, like a dotty lines. Have we got any? Like on a grid.
Oh yes,
like
that would be nice.
And you just went dot 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 dot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wouldn't that look pretty?
That would be lovely. We've got dotted lines on some of the plates. I can't remember which ones now. But
yeah. But that would look so pretty, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
I know we've got dotted lines on the ones that are coming up in a couple of weeks' time. The next, it's the next one that's coming up. It's got dots on it. I know it has because we were looking at them the other day.
Yeah.
But I mean, you could use any grid, couldn't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
What we doing, Linda?
Right. So on the back, so turn your parchment over. So we're going to do the rays. We're going to do one yellow. We're going to do the yellow ones first. Every alternate one. And if you get round to the end and you think you've got two yellow ones together, just put an extra line in. Okay? So we're going to do all
Tell
the
me
yellow
the numbers again, Linda. Tell me the numbers again, Lynn.
B8 and B9.
Thank you.
B8 is yellow and B9 is well, it's an orangey colour. Okay?
Yeah.
So you need a little bit of DOS oil and your spot on sponge.
B8 and B9. There we are.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to colour all my yellow ones first. Now, don't worry about going over the stable and things. You could always use your white eraser to take the colour out of those parts, okay? So it's every alternate.
Linda,
yeah.
All you're doing now is every other one on the back.
On the back. Every other one on the back. And then I'm going to blend it. You don't want too much colour. We'll put a bit more in later. So it's every other one.
Can you do me a favour and have a look at what I'm doing to make sure I'm doing this right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Well, fortunately, every other one worked out for me.
Yeah, it worked out for me too. Thank goodness for that, eh?
Yeah.
And then...
Result!
Okay, so what you need to do then is you need to dip your blending nib into your DOS oil, not too much, take the excess off, and then start to blend your yellow.
Blending nib.
So take it right up to the line, and it's better to point the nib of your blending nib, the point of your blending nib to the edge. You see, I keep turning my parchment, it's easier. I'll try not to turn it so much in a minute, but that's how I get right to the edge.
Oh, and I have to tell you, right, because we've had a bit, we've had a production issue with these pens because the Dutch let us down.
Yeah.
So we're on it now. It's imminent. Okay. So before anybody asks, how come we haven't got any? Listen, the nibs we have, it's just these pen holders that are getting made at the moment. Everything just takes so much longer since COVID, Linda.
Yeah.
Everything takes longer. So, you know, just bear with us. We are working on it. Dave's losing the little bit of hair he had left. Well, actually, he had a good head of hair.
Poor man.
Yeah, that's his job, you see. So is this what we're doing now? Just...
Yeah, all the yellow ones.
And is it circular, or are we going in?
Oh, just go for it.
Just go for it.
Go for it, Bob.
Yeah, all right. And use your finger, eh?
You could, yeah, or you could, if you've got a really big area, or if it's starting to, if you think you're taking too much off, or there's too much on there, just use a little bit of a tissue, folded tissue. Just blend it after that. On the larger areas, you can't use a tissue on the smaller areas. It's a bit too big, so these nibs are great. They're godsend, really.
The nibs are brilliant.
Yeah.
We are getting back on track, Linda. You know, since COVID, running a business has become, it was always a challenge. Now it's become a real challenge.
I know. It's hard to find supplies and everything, isn't it?
Yep. But we're getting there.
Yeah.
I love a challenge.
I know you do.
It's just as well, really.
You always sort it out.
It will get sorted. People just, you know, just be patient. That's all. Just be patient. It'll be fine.
And of course, you haven't got the number of people now you used to have either, have you? You know, you're all working
at less than half.
Flat out, don't you?
But look, if you haven't got that, this works. Just charming. It's lovely. Look, there you go. Just use that. In fact, it was only when we started using this you realised you got two ends.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I often use. I mean, say when you come to do a border now, and really thin border like that, this is brilliant. That the harder end of it, the blunt end that goes in the blending nib, that's really great to have. So, and then you go on to your orange, okay? Put your orange in.
I want to check my progress though, so I'm going to put it on a. See if I can. Oh yeah, all right. Now we're putting the orange in, are we?
The orange in now, yeah.
In the other, in every other one again.
In every other one, yeah.
I'll tell you what I am also looking forward to is the parchment retreat.
Oh yes. Yeah, looking forward to that. We've got some lovely stuff coming up for that.
Have you?
Something different.
Well, have you? Have we?
We have something different. Really nice.
Well, if anybody's interested, say that again.
Any spaces left?
We've got spaces left on the, yes, we do. On the Wednesday and the Thursday, the 19th and the 20th of October. So if anybody fancies having a little jolly in Tunbridge Wells, I think it's going to be marvellous. It's at the Spa Hotel, which is pretty fantastic, isn't it?
Oh, I love it there. Wonderful. It's a great get-together.
It really is. So it's on Wednesday and Thursday, which I like the midweek session because it the traffic's not so bad.
Yeah.
And also the second session, because we will have had the Monday and the Tuesday. By the second session, we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
We've ironed out any creases, haven't we, love?
Yeah, it works a lot better, doesn't it?
Yeah. But if anybody wants to join us, the price is still the same as it was last time we did it. So it's £230 for the tuition for both days and all the refreshments and a lovely lunch. And then your accommodation, I think they've got spaces as well at the spa. So it's really good if you can actually stay at the same place as everybody.
Yeah.
But it's a real treat. I mean, if you fancy coming with a girlfriend or just, I don't know. I know I would want to if I could afford it.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm into my parchment. And all you got to do is ring Janine on Tuesday and book in, and then ring the hotel, and she'll give you the number of the hotel, and then book your room. I would, if I could afford it.
And it's nice because you've got people that come on their own. You've got like-minded people,
Yeah,
and everybody makes
yeah,
everybody else welcome. And
yeah.
get together in the evenings and share hints and tips and chat. They all chatting around having coffee or a drink, and it's really, really lovely. No one is left out today. You know,
No,
I think it's really
not at all.
lovely.
And also, if anybody's sort of struggling with their picot cutting, then we
yeah,
just say, come and sit for an hour and do a one-on-one, you know. And if you're left-handed, you get me. If you're right-handed, you go with Linda or Josie. It's
yeah,
really good, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, I
And
definitely know that after 2 days when you leave, you've certainly greatly improved your parching skills.
yeah. And it's
That's
good
for
fun,
sure.
isn't it? It's really good fun.
Yeah. Oh
And we've
yeah,
got people that
and
come.
you make friends. You make friends there too, you know.
Definitely. And we've got people that come time and time and time again. And then we get a batch of new people as well, don't we? All
Yeah.
ages, you know, and everybody
Oh
gets along.
yeah,
Really lovely.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And they come
We
from a
look
long
forward
way
to it.
away as well. They
Yeah.
travel a long way to come.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of
Do
these
you remember
rays.
that beautiful woman that was in her 90s that came last time?
Yes.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah, absolutely amazing.
Well, so your retreats in August, did they go good? Did they go well?
The August retreat was brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's more inky stampy, isn't it?
Yeah. Was it good?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Yes, yeah. And we traveled quite gently this time. So
Good.
we didn't overcomplicate it, you know. And
Yeah.
it was thoroughly enjoyable. And from my part, and I think everybody enjoyed the fact that we took our foot off the pedal a little bit and simplified it a bit. I think everybody's feeling a little bit worn out with, you know,
Yeah.
2 or 3 years now of trauma.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was quite nice to kind of, and we produced some beautiful artwork, Linda.
Did they? Yeah.
Yeah, we produced some fabulous artwork, like really lovely stuff.
There we are. I've put it on a piece of card now, and you can actually see. It's subdued the
What
colour a
colour
little
card?
bit, but you can see that no, it's an ordinary piece of grey card, but you can actually see now the colours and the
Yeah,
alternate rays. Yeah.
yeah,
If I put it is yellow. If I put it on white, you can see it is yellow. There we are.
yeah.
See,
Mine
yeah.
is mine right? Is that right? It
No,
looks a
it's
little
right.
bit gaudy at the moment.
No, it's right. It's right. So once you've done that, what you could do then, I'll do it on the card now, you might be able to see it a bit better. If you take, let me see, your pergolina pencil, now this time it's an A, it's A18. Doesn't matter that it's a watercolour pencil, it doesn't matter at all.
What?
You can, A18.
It's like a beige,
Like a
coffee
beige
colour,
colour,
kind of.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So you can lay your watercolour pencils on top of your blending. It's just that they just don't, you know, they don't blend as such. But what I did,
Yeah.
see if you can, what I did was some
On the
radiating
back. Yeah.
lines on the back. See it better on this. Put it on white, see if you can see it better on white. There we are, now you can see it better. The only thing is I can't see my white lines there.
Where are you going? Along the white lines?
From the centre
Yeah.
out, like a little fan in the orange bits. And that then
In
just
the orange bits.
intensifies the colour as it's coming out of the star.
I understand.
Okay? I just did it on the orange bits.
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Nice.
It's nice, isn't
Yeah,
it?
lovely. Yeah, it
You
really
know,
is.
makes a big difference.
So once you, yeah. So just light feathery strokes
Yeah.
like this. Just on the orange bits.
I don't think it needs it on the yellow. I mean, you could put more in the yellow in the center if you wanted to.
Oh
I'm not
yeah,
sure. I'm
okay.
not sure that it needs it actually.
But
You put
the Dorso oil won't. You can't shift this with the Dorso oil, can you? Once it's down, it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice, Linda. I like that look.
There we are. That's lovely, isn't it? Okay.
Yes, very nice. That is.
Right. So that's that. And what I did as well, I won't do
Very
all
nice.
the corners now, but I took B5. B5 is like
B5.
a violet colour, and I actually put B5 in all these corners here, the 4 corners.
Right. I'm
I didn't go into the
I'm just
line.
having a quick look. Yeah. I'm just putting a little bit of the A yellow down just to see.
Yeah.
Just to see. I'll do it, and then if you don't like it, nobody else has done it.
Yeah.
Intensifies it a bit, I suppose. B5.
B5.
B5. Nice colour.
Yes. Just blend that in.
And we're doing it in the corner or in the corners.
Yeah, not between the double lines.
No.
Just that little corner bit. All 4 corners.
I think the Dorso oil, it's such a great it slicks, doesn't it? It just, normally when you work with colouring pencils, it looks so granular. And then when you use Dorso oil, it makes such a difference. And I tell you what, not just on parchment, even on card,
Yeah.
If you blend the colours with Dorso oil, even
Works
on
well,
card,
does it?
oh, it works beautifully, Linda. Mm.
And I tell you what, the Dorso crayons are lovely as well. We don't use enough of those, and they are really creamy when you blend them with the Dorso oil.
I'd love to do that with you and one of our craft.
Yeah, we'll do that one time. We'll use I think that we've still got the Dorso crayons in stock. Well, we did have anyway.
I'll have to check. Yeah. Well, we get more of it. Just takes a little while. It takes months now to get them back in.
Yeah, there's some really lovely colours in there with the Dorso crayons.
There's 2 different packs, isn't there? There's the vibrant ones, I don't know, and then the earth tone ones.
And the natural.
There you go.
Yeah.
Lively and natural.
Yeah. Cool, that was quick.
So
have you blended?
I haven't done it yet.
Oh.
No, I put the colour. I thought I was supposed to do it in all 4 corners.
Yeah. And blend. And breathe.
Yeah, I'm doing one at a time. Okay. Right, let me get my little. Yeah. Right.
And then
Dorso oil.
Right, okay. You did cutting last time,
sort of area. Yeah, we did, because we did that
last time.
The little faux corners, didn't we?
Yeah.
On the green.
So if we don't get to that this time, you've done it last time, so people can go back and have a look at how to do it, and the
cutting.
You don't have to cut this. People cut the edge of this card out.
I just want to see the comparison between one that you use Dorso oil in one corner and no Dorso oil in the other corner. So I want to show the difference.
Yeah.
I know the answer, but I'm going to ask the question anyway. When you do one layer like this, right, once the Dorso oil is dry, I can go again, can't I, to intensify it?
You can.
Can I not?
But it never works well with some colours. With blues,
Right, okay.
it sometimes doesn't work. And with, if you were going to do it, I would suggest you did it on a spare piece of parchment. It works better with some colours than with others, yellows but any of the dark colours, if you leave it dry and then you put more on top, it does tend to shift. What you can do, right? Let me show you now then. What you can do.
Look at the difference. Look at the difference though on mine so I can carry on. Look.
Yeah.
Let me show you the difference between, hang on.
Oh, there's a big difference, isn't there?
Where I've done it and where I haven't done it, look.
Yeah.
Substantial.
It's much nicer when you blend it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
what are you going to show us then, Linda?
You were asking me if you leave it dry and then colour on top. It works with some colours. But what you could do, right? So that's quite wet with me now, okay? Can you see it? That one? That's quite wet. Yes. So what I could do is take my pencil and add more when it's wet. Now this works really well on small areas, right?
Right.
And then you don't even, if you do this on like little flowers and things, you don't even have to blend it again. You can, but on this, you see, it's bigger and it's a little bit patchy. But because it's still wet, it's not going to move the layers below. Because what happens is, if you leave it dry and then you add more on top, it becomes,
it reactivates.
It becomes mottled.
Yes, it reactivates.
Yeah, but if you add it when it's moist, then it's better. I'm going to smooth that out a bit. If you can't smooth it out, use a little bit of a tissue.
Or your finger.
Or your finger, yeah.
I'm going to see.
You can see that's a little bit darker now.
Yeah. Excellent. Excellent.
Okay. Right. So let me go to my list. What's next?
But I think for our newcomers that are learning about how to colour in, right? I think the most important thing, if I could be a newcomer for a minute, the most important thing is that you're trying to get away from that sort of real granular look, and you want to get it smooth. And the way to do it is by using Dorso oil, and it just works beautifully, doesn't it?
Oh, it's lovely. And I mean, you can use the Dorso oil with any blendable pencils, or with your Dorso, any oil pastels, anything with oil in it, oil pastels.
Yeah,
you can use your Dorso oil with those as well, and it turns it into a paint, doesn't it? Really.
Yeah, it does.
And it's easier than a paint.
So classy.
It's easier than a paint because there's no water in it as such. It's oil, so parchment quite likes oil, but it doesn't like water. How are you doing, Barb?
And on card, if you're, am I slow?
No, you're all right.
No, I just wanted to add a little bit more colour before I applied the oil on these ones to see if it would be a bit more vibrant if I did that.
Yeah.
You know? Go on, you carry on. Leave me behind.
Right, so I'm going to take my embossing mat now.
I'm listening.
I'm just going to emboss the white parts. So, right, so I think I'm going to use my 3mm ball tool, and I'm going to use my, did I use the 1mm? Let's have a look. Yeah, 1mm.
So would that be like what would that be in Groovi speak?
The 1mm would be sort of I would say the number one tool, number one Groovi tool, and the 3 So let me get a piece of black card.
Just in case somebody hasn't got the 1 or the 3, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like me at the moment.
So that's the 1mm ball tool, and that's the number 1 tool.
Good enough.
And then you've got the 3mm ball tool, and I would say, yeah, number 4.
Would you?
So
Number
yeah,
4.
number 4. Okay,
There you go. Thank you.
no problem. So I'm going to use the 3mm ball tool, or your number 4 tool, and I'm going to just emboss the white part of my star, which is the front part, the one that you did with a 2mm ball tool, the front part. The back part I coloured in with some orange felt tip, so we'll be doing that a bit later. So
How many layers are you going to do this star in then, Linda?
I would say it's not that big, see, is it? I would say probably 2 layers. It doesn't need a lot. But I wouldn't do it all in one go.
No, of course you wouldn't.
And his beard. So we've done his beard and a little bit of fur around the base of his crown. So we do the little stars. The little diamonds, I would say probably number 3 Groovi tool for the little diamonds, or square shapes, whatever you want to call them, on his gown.
I'm going with the number 2, Linda. Is that radical?
Yeah, that's okay. It's whatever
fits
suits
better.
you. Yeah, and the little dots. Well, you can use whichever tool you want there. Whichever, I mean, everybody uses different sizes. Whatever you feel comfortable with. And his eye and his nose. That's about all the embossing that's in it, actually. Don't forget his beard, the fur on the base of his crown, the little dots on his headgear, his eye, his nose, and that's it, on the little squares. And that's all the embossing that is on it. Let's do the star once again. I think we can go straight and do the star again because it's only a small area anyway.
What tool are you going to use? Go a smaller tool now, or?
No, I've got the same one to do the main body of it. Okay, and then I'm going to go a little bit smaller. And let's have a look. Number 2 tool to come down to the tip of the star, and then turn it over, and the number 1 to bring it out into a nice point. All these are finishing touches. So we've done number 3, and then your number 2 tool just to the tip, and then turn it round and use the number 1 to pull it out into a nice point. And it just finishes it off nicely.
Yeah.
You got that? Yeah?
Working on it.
Yeah.
Looks a bit ropey at the moment, love. No, it's going to work lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the sort of thing you just got to take your time with, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. There we are. And what we must remember to do next is to rub your pencil lines out that you've put for the radiating lines of the star. Okay. Now, you're rubbing out on the front now, remember? Okay, so you've coloured on the back and you've turned it over. Don't try rubbing it out from the back. Okay, so rub that out with your pink rubber. There we are. Yes, I think it would be nice if you embossed those lines in with some broken lines. That'd be lovely, wouldn't it?
Yep.
I'm
I
sure
think
I
that
put
would look
broken
really
lines on
delightful.
plates of mine before. And I can't remember which one.
So you've got to take the soft matte away when you rub the white out, though, haven't
Take
you?
the soft mat away, rub out on a hard surface. Yeah.
Oh, now it looks better. Yeah, okay. I was thinking it was looking a bit. Do you know what else would look nice? Is on the star at the top tips of the star, just little dots there as well.
Where?
You know, at the tips of the star. If you can't get the tip, you know, like you can't get the in
Put a
to
few
make
little
it really
dots.
fine, like you.
Yeah,
Just
you could.
one little dot, just one
One
little
little
dot.
dot, yeah.
Or, yeah.
Yeah, you could.
It kind of. It's just in case you can't get your tool in the to make it really sharp.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what I've got on mine, but I've got a white blob.
Have you?
Look, I got a white blob.
It's the northern star. It's another star.
He's saying, look, there's a blob in the sky.
Yeah. Look, Linda's got a blob in the sky.
Oh dear. Right, so I think it might be a good idea now to rub out on the back, to rub out the colour on your palm trees with your, and I'm going to use the white one, the white eraser for this, just because I want to put a bit of green in there and a bit of brown.
I avoided the palm trees when I did it.
Did you? Oh, there we are.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the roof. I want to put brown on the roof.
I'm gonna let my star relax a bit because I don't want to.
Yeah. Okay.
My star needs to just stop for a minute.
Right. So let's see if
so it doesn't look like cauliflower, you know.
Right, I've done that. Right. Now then. Right, so we're going to move on now. Are you okay to move on, Bob, or do you want me to wait a bit?
I'm all yours.
Okay, so we're going to move on now to the felt tip colouring, the Perga Colours exclusive.
Smash him.
So let me get a bit of spare parchment.
So Linda, do we need these again, or can I put them away now?
You can
Perga
put them
liners.
Yeah, we can put them away now. So
now, how is that possible? That I've got one more than I started out with.
So we're going to use the felts, and we're going to colour the border, and we're going to put a little bit of colour in the palm trees and the roof, and we're going to colour in the wise man and his camel. Okay, so
yes.
Right. So when you're using, we get a spare bit of parchment. Let me just give you a little tip on using the felt tip pens. So when you're using felt tip pens, the best way to do it, when you're using either end really, so you've got a thick end and a bullet end and a fine end. Okay, I'm going to be using mainly the bullet end of it. So when you're using felt tips, it's better when you're colouring in, it's better just to give a little sweep and move over a little bit. So I'm moving down, much like when you're doing your embossing. Okay, because if I then go over that again while it's wet, if you can see this,
It doesn't get patchy at all.
it causes it does. It causes loads of little bubbles.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, if you keep on going over it, it disrupts the surface of your parchment. Get a bit of white, see if you can see it in that. Disrupts the surface of your parchment.
Okay.
And you get little bubbles. Okay? When you try it, you know, okay? So if you start colouring in a circular motion, the same thing happens. It disrupts the surface. You can see it even more now, look. And what you get is little brown bubbles. And those little brown bubbles are left on your pen. So the next time you go and colour, you're going to have little brown bubbles all over your work. This is where sometimes people struggle. So I'm cleaning the tip. So the best thing to do is to put a layer on. See, there's a little bubble on there now because there's a bit of residue. Put a layer on, clean tissue, blot. Okay?
Right, okay.
Blot. And leave it dry. Do the whole of your project and then go back when it's really, really dry. You've got to give it 10-15 minutes to dry, okay? For the best effect. So here's one I did earlier. I did one layer. So if I go over that now, there's not a bubble in sight.
Got you.
Blot. Always blot. And you look at the difference now between those bubbly bits and that. Okay?
Yeah, you see the dots. Yeah.
You could actually, because I've gone that way on that one, I did that one earlier as well. You could actually make sure there's no bubbles left on your felt tip. And then come back. And that way, you should be able to keep going without disrupting your paper. And keep blotting. So colour, blot, dry, right?
Yeah.
So colour, blot, dry. Colour, blot, dry. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's easy to do a shape like that. So when you come to doing like your camel, for instance, his leg. So I'm working along the outside edge first.
What colour are you using, Linda?
I'm using number 3. I'll go through the colours with you now as well that I'm going to use. So resist the urge to go over it loads of times, just leave it. Okay, right, the colours we're going to use before we go any further. So this is your tin. So the colours we're going to use are number 3, which is like a beigey brown. And I've got a red, which is number 26. And I've got a green, which is number 17. And the violet, which is number 10. And I've got a skin colour.
Hang on.
Okay.
What colour green was it?
It's quite a dark green look. It's got a dark lid. It's number 17. That's it.
Got it.
Yeah.
And then it was?
So, and then you've got a violet, which is number 10. I think you've got that in your hand, Bob. Have you? No. Is that number 10?
That is.
That's it. And then you've got a skin colour, which is number 4. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll go through it again. The brown is number 3. The green is 17. The red is 26. The violet is number 10. And skin colour is number 4.
Nice combination.
Okay.
Mm.
Right, let me see if I can get this a bit closer. That's better. That's better, isn't it?
Perfect.
Right, okay.
Are we on the back?
On the back, yeah. If we colour on the back now, we maintain the white lines on the front. If you try and do this on the front, you'll have an awful job.
Yeah.
And you'll go over your white lines and it'll probably end up looking really untidy. Okay, so we're on the back. So
are we going to do Melchior first or the frame?
we're gonna do the middle bit first, because if you do that middle bit first, then when you're doing the frame, if you do the frame first, when you're going in to do the middle, you could smudge what you've already done. Okay?
Yes.
So
we're doing the camel first then, are we?
We're doing the camel first, yeah. Get his toes right.
Camel toe.
Camel toes. Right, try to go back and forth and do it really, really smooth. Try to avoid. And if you think that you've missed a bit out, don't go back. Just leave it dry. And then blot. Remember?
Gotcha.
Whilst it's wet, blot it. So do his tail and blot. And just make sure that you're getting a clean piece of tissue, because you don't want to be transferring your blots onto the rest of your work.
I'm trying to figure out what's a camel.
Yeah.
Which bit's the camel? Well, his head's definitely got to be brown.
Right, I think. There we are. Can you see him there?
Yeah.
I think I've got all the camel there. And I missed a bit of the rays out, look, because if you see,
can you see
the rain there?
Same here.
There should be a bit of yellow in there. So
Me too.
try to avoid colouring that in.
Did the same thing.
That's me camel done. Now, if I were you, I'd do the red next.
I think I made turned the camel into a ray as well.
Can you see that bit of sleeve there?
Do you think we made the camel into a ray? What did we do there?
Into a what?
No, it's all right. I did it right. Right, what we on next?
I'm doing the red next.
His coat.
Yeah. So I'm putting red where those diamond shapes are.
Are you using the bullet end, not the fine end?
Yeah, the bullet end. It's up to you, but I get a much smoother. It's quite thick there. No, it's a thick line. It's up to you.
Well, I'm going to do the other one just to see what difference it makes.
But do it a section at a time and blot. I wondered if anybody's crafting along with us, Bob, or they're giving up.
Oh, I reckon we've still got plenty of friends hanging out with us. I also, I know we're doing this on a black mat, right? But I've found that if I'm colouring in on a light wave, it makes such a difference, Linda.
Can you see the white lines as well then?
You really can. You can see the white lines, but it makes such a difference to the colouring in.
I'll have to try that, yeah.
Honestly, I
Because if you put it on white paper, you can't see your white lines.
No, but when you put it on light, it
Yeah.
makes really a lot of difference.
Oh, right. I'll have to start using mine a bit more then.
Yeah, I honestly, I'm trying to find. I've got the light wave here, but I haven't got the cable. I wonder, because I'd love to show you what a difference it makes.
Yeah.
Especially on something so detailed like this. I'm just going to unplug myself and go and have a look quickly.
Okay. So we've got lots more red bits there. Where all the squares are, the diamonds, you need to make those red as well. I mean, you can put your colours wherever you want. You don't have to follow mine.
I'm back.
Okay.
I just want to show you, just so that you see the difference. Hang on. Oh, now I've got to unplug myself again. Let me see if I can show you this. It's quite a... Right, now let me see. While you're colouring in, I mean, I might be completely wrong, but I don't think so. I think I've seen this. Now, where's my light wave? Right, let me see. If I plug this in, hopefully I've got the right one with the right... Oh, Barbara, what have I got here? This is probably my toothbrush charger. I've got lots of different ones, like, you know. I just need a light to show you. Right, this is an older one. That'll do. This is the older one. Mark 1 rather than Mark... Right, let me see if I can show you. See if you can see what I'm talking about. Right. Does this go brighter? Yeah. So can you see where you can see much better?
Yeah, I can see.
So that when you're, especially with detail like this, right? Look, you can see exactly.
Oh wow! Yeah, that's much
better.
It? Yeah, I do. I'll get mine out tomorrow and I'll have a little go with that.
What colour are we doing his coat? The purple.
His coat is violet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, beautiful. So with the violet one, are we still on the red?
Well, I've done my red.
I can't see which bits. Is it the whole coat is red, is it?
No.
No.
Where your there we are, look. Where your diamond shapes are.
Yeah.
On his sleeves as well. That little bit of his robe there. It doesn't matter which bits you do, really. And a little bit on his crown next to the fur, and that little bit over his shoulder, the curly bit.
Right.
Okay. And I'm on the green now, so.
Right.
So I'm colouring and blotting. There we are.
But when you've got a light wave, you can really see right up to the edge.
Oh, I'm going to get mine out tomorrow and have a go. I don't use it enough. See, I've been brought up to work without
traditional. Yeah.
And then I have used it a couple of times and I've loved it, you know. And then I think, oh, I'm doing something. I think, oh, can't be bothered to get it out. And you know, you make shift, don't you?
Yeah. But it doesn't half make a difference, Linda.
I know Tina uses hers a lot, doesn't she?
Yeah. I think this is where I learnt it from Tina.
Yeah.
Because you can really see what you're doing.
It is quite detailed, this, isn't it?
It is very detailed, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just knowing which bit you're colouring in and
yeah,
isn't it? I'm guessing that this is green. Well, it is
Yeah.
now.
I'll show you again. Here we are, look.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you check on the front what you're doing.
Yeah.
And then bring the light in again. Right, now, $1 million. Purple. Are you on the purple already? Yeah.
I'm on the purple, yeah. The bigger the area, the more untidy it looks, I find.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but if you employ this technique and you blot as you go, and I would leave that now and I come back to that tomorrow actually. I would say you're probably better off having a little go at the border now as well, and then coming back to that tomorrow and it'll be perfectly dry.
Yeah. Because it does look pretty bad.
It does look awful, yeah, but if you turn it round, it doesn't look so bad.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
Turn.
And
Come on,
another
Barbara.
thing, right? So if you're going to put this
That looks
on
pretty
a white,
good now.
yeah, if you put it on a white sheet of paper, yeah, it looks lovely. But if it is pretty ropey and it's looking really, really ropey, what you could do is actually,
really ropey.
yeah, what you could do is actually put a piece of coloured parchment underneath it rather than something white.
Or
And
you
that
could put a bit of coloured parchment over the top of it.
yeah. No.
Now, don't be so self-deprecating, Barbara.
And I'm going to do the little. How are you getting on with the fine tip? Would you prefer the fine or the?
On the larger areas, it's better to use
Yeah,
the bullet end.
I
Oh,
think I'm going to do the little trees with the.
But I
with the
totally
fern.
understand what you're saying about, you know, like on his. It's just trying to. You've got to kind of look at it and decide which bit's which, haven't
Yeah,
you?
yeah, you have.
On the smaller bits, I prefer using the bullet.
So I've missed that bit of yellow out completely. So you could put that in later.
I
You'll
did
see that
too.
you've probably missed the same bit, haven't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all right.
There we are. That'll do.
That's red, that bit.
And then you need to do the rooftop in a little bit of brown.
I guess the trick is like white work. Don't expect an instant result, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah.
I think that's what we're learning here, isn't it?
And 2 layers is good. 2 layers is better than 1.
Gotcha.
And you get more intense colour and it is actually a lot smoother as well. I mean, you could leave it about 10 minutes and go over it, but I think it's best if we concentrate on the border now, and then go back to it tomorrow
Yeah.
and add to it. I mean, if you want a quick card, just leave it as it is. I mean, if you look at it on the front, it doesn't look that bad, you know.
It looks diabolical when you look at it through the light wave, but when you turn it round, you think, oh, look at that. Beautiful.
Yeah, but a light wave is very telling as well, isn't it? It shows all the imperfections, doesn't it? Yeah.
But it does. It really does. What are we doing here, Linda? This little area by the camel's face.
That's red.
Is it now?
Oh no, purple.
Purple?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Part of his head gear.
Right. I'm going to use the little nib. Right, I see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't forget his the skin colour on his face and his hand.
I thought you meant the camel.
No.
I thought, hang on, I've made him brown. Skin colour.
Yeah, that'll do.
He may well have been very brown, you know, this young Melchior.
Well, he might have been, yeah. He would have been, yeah. I suppose he would have been Arabic, would he?
I would have thought so.
Yeah.
He wasn't Scottish, that's for sure, or
No.
Welsh. Well, who
Okay.
knows? He could have been a
Yeah.
Welshman.
Oh, he could have been, yeah.
They get everywhere.
Everywhere. Oh dear. And then you're going to take your purple one and you're going to colour. So you're going to need your fine tip to colour
Oh,
in
you're already
between
on the
this double outline.
round the outside of this.
Yeah.
Okay.
How are you doing? Shall I wait for you?
No, I'm
Doing
cracking
all
on.
right? Now this isn't going to look very tidy until you actually turn it over. Are we
This
off?
looks.
We okay for time, Barb?
I'm right into this, Linda.
That's good.
How about you?
Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah. You need good eyesight for this.
Well,
And a
that's where the
floodlight.
light. I've got to tell you the light wave. Let me check
Yeah.
what I'm doing here because I might make a right. See, it looks awful on the back, and then when you turn it over,
Yeah,
it
it's all
looks
right.
really good.
Yeah.
Eh?
And if it does affect your embossing at all, you can always go over your embossed line again just to whiten it up.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you slip with a dark colour, it alters the whiteness of your lines. But that's not permanent. You can redo it a little bit if you want to, but be careful if you're.
Can you?
Yes, you can, yeah.
It's pretty vibrant.
Yeah.
See, I've always tended to avoid the dark colours in the Perga colours just because they're so unforgiving.
They are unforgiving, but now you know what to do, don't you?
Yeah, brilliant.
And then you can use the bullet tip. You could actually use a ruler along this thicker part of this border if you want to. I think I prefer to do it freehand myself. Let's try and do one side.
Definitely.
One side freehand. On one side of my ruler, if I can find it. It's buried under everything on the table now. Let's have a go.
That's not bad though, Linda, look.
Oh, it's lovely. It's better than mine.
Give over. Are we doing this dark edge now? The dark, the rim? I might use the bullet for that one. Eh?
It's not bad with a ruler, actually.
No?
There we are. In
Right.
fact, it looks a bit tighter. Make sure you wipe the edge of your ruler before you go on to the next one. Yeah, ruler's the way to go with that, I think.
Definitely faster.
Yeah. I can't do it with one sweep, though.
No, me neither. I've just done 3 lots. And if I've got bobbles, then so be it.
So be it. You won't notice bobbles on your border.
You definitely need to wipe your ruler, otherwise you will learn something that you could learn in no other way.
That will do. Yes, now that's a good way of doing it. So we're ready to go on to the border?
Nearly.
Yeah. What I found with the border is it's better to do one colour at a time.
I bet it is.
it gets confusing otherwise. So let me point to. You can put whatever colour you want in there. So I did the purple first. So we're going to do those two, all the way around. And then
And
we're
I
going
can't.
to do,
Let me just do my lines quickly. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm trying to look and. Go on. What are we doing? The purple. Those two all the way around. Yeah, the little
We're going to
fan.
do those two all the way around first. Okay, let's just stick to those two, and then you won't get confused and put the wrong colour somewhere. So.
Okay.
Okay.
And do you know the other thing about this whole exercise? It is a perfect example of how it's not over till it's over, you know?
Yeah.
Are you using the bullet now?
Yeah, I am. Don't forget to blot.
Bullet.
I find it easier to do all the ones going one way.
Do you?
Yeah. And then I'll come back and do all the ones pointing in the opposite direction.
Okay.
That's just me.
I just want to make sure that I've got this right before I start. That's what we're doing, isn't it?
That's right.
Right,
Yeah.
all in one direction. Got you.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Concentration.
Isn't it? It's relaxing. Yeah, well, I think we might have to do some colouring on Thursday. I think, I've got some good ideas for the shack. I just need to clear my head. Yeah, I just want to clear my head and just get back into it. I need to kind of.
When did you do your last one?
It's got to be at least a month ago, Linda.
Is it?
I'd say it's been about a month since I took a break.
But your dad doesn't mean well. So how's he doing, Bob?
Yeah, up and down, up and down.
Yeah.
But you know how it is. You perpetually, every time the phone rings, you think, oh, here we go.
Yeah. He's been through the mill.
Okay. Yeah, he's in the wars. Mum's doing well though. Mum's fine. So, on the one hand, it's the way it is, isn't it? It's life, I guess. It's all life. But you're not taught this stuff, are you, when you're young?
No.
And I'm sure that many, many of us that are in the room today, if there's anybody still left. We've many of our friends have been through what I'm going through right now.
Yeah.
So it's okay. Sometimes I feel I've lost my joy a little bit,
Yeah.
And I'm me, I'm so usually I'm pretty good at staying upbeat and but I struggle with it sometimes, some days. But that's the thing, you just got to keep it one day at a time, haven't you? Keep it in the day, keep it in the day, keep it in the day. My job today is to get through today.
Yeah.
And tomorrow we'll deal with tomorrow.
Yeah, it knocks you sideways, doesn't it? And you think, oh, what's next, for goodness sake, But it makes you stronger, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You've got to.
Yeah.
You get your strength from somewhere.
You do. And you sort of, you trying to keep the business going and try and keep that floating. And
Yeah. You're doing
and
a
all
good
you
job.
want, you know, all you want to do is just, I don't know, just stop. You know, sometimes I just think, just stop the train for a minute. Just give me a
Yeah.
couple of days to gather my thoughts here.
Just to
But it's
breathe.
just, yeah, but it's just unrelenting. So
Yeah.
today, when we went to Bentley to the wood fair, we sat on that little miniature train and we went round
Oh,
the fields. It was
yeah.
like, it was only 10 minutes, I'm sure, but it felt like it, you know, it was like going on holiday for a week, just to
Yeah.
let go for a little while, you know.
So there was like, it was like all wood and stuff like that, was it? Was it like
Yeah, but I tell you what was interesting as well.
stones?
There was this, there, you know, like I've been to so many shows when we used to do slate vases and that, you know, we
Yeah.
did so many of the craft shows, you know, the circuit for years, because stamping and crafting is a bit of a winter sport, really. So in the
Yeah.
summer, to make ends meet, we used to make these slate vases, didn't we? And I can't tell you how many times I've listened to the bloke with the birds of prey, you know, telling you about the different falcons. This is, and the owls and what have you. This was the first time that I actually listened, you know, like properly
Yeah.
heard what he was saying. And it
Yeah.
was fascinating about vultures, because we always go, oh, vultures, ugly, you know. And he was telling us about vultures. He had one with him, because it was astounding to hear. We don't have vultures in England or in the
No.
UK, but they are such a vital part, because they eat carrion, they eat dead, don't they? They
Yeah.
eat dead. They don't eat alive animals. They're not birds of prey that eat alive animals. They only eat carrion, i.e. dead animals. And in that, because they only eat dead animals, they are amazing for the world, because they get rid of disease for us. And when
Yeah.
you start to hear the list of you're a nurse, the diseases that are avoided because of vultures, you wouldn't believe it, Linda. It
Really?
was really, yeah, like staggering. You
Yeah.
know, E. coli. Well, the list was endless. COVID. I mean,
Yeah.
really a lot. Yeah, yeah. Um, it was quite astounding, the number of diseases that are avoided because, and this was the thing, this was the bit that really fascinated me. In the crop of the vulture, they've got this really aggressive acid. And so if a bird eats a diseased cadaver, I know it's not very
Yeah.
pleasant, this, but if a vulture eats the diseased cadaver, you would think, well, if the diseased cadaver, the bird's going to catch the disease, but it doesn't, because it puts the meat in this crop that's got this really strong acid that just kills all the diseases like that, bang bang.
Oh my
So
goodness, I didn't know that.
yeah, I know, it was really fascinating. And then we were watching peregrine falcons. Do you know that when they drop dive, you know, when we were watching this falcon, and it's when they
Yeah.
put their wings in and they shoot down for their prey.
Yeah.
I mean, they eat each other. That, you know, it's like a bit of a pecking order there, but they travel. It's like mental, like 280 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Falcons, they've been recorded at flying 280 miles, fastest animal in the world. Mm. And of all
Blimey.
the years I've listened to these guys going on about you know, at the fairs, this is the
Yeah.
first time I actually really paid attention, because it was
You
really
took it all
interesting.
in.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Did Grace enjoy?
She really loved it, and so did Dave. We just needed
Yeah.
to walk away for a day. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was good.
Here, we don't do enough of that, see, do we?
No, just for a day,
Yeah.
you know, and also you're supporting these poor people that put this show on, you know, they haven't been able, the exhibitors haven't been able to come out for years now because of COVID and the events, you know.
Yeah.
What is Linda using to blot with? What are you using to blot with, Linda? Sorry, someone's asking a question.
Tissue, just a rolled
Tissue.
up tissue, yeah. And
Rolled up
I'm
tissue.
changing my tissue every so often.
Yeah.
So that
I'm using a paper
I've
towel.
used this one now for the purple. I might have a clean one now so that I'm not transferring. We still got, so I've done all those ones.
Me too.
So I'm going to do these as well now. These, let me show
What
you on here.
colour?
These are purple as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
We'll do those next. And don't forget to do this one in the
corner.
On the corner.
Okay. Okay.
We did something interesting when we were in Florida.
Go on.
We went to Disney World and we did a tour of a backstage tour, and we went into what they call the utilidors, which is underneath Disney World, where all the staff go.
Right.
Because when you're going to Disney World, you're actually on the second or third floor. It's on a mound, and underneath is where all the costume departments are, and all the places where people get dressed, where they learn to dance, where they
Oh, so there's a whole world underground.
There's a whole world underground. It was amazing, but we couldn't take the children in there because you had to be 16 years or over to actually do it.
Did you?
Because you could walk down the corridor and Mickey Mouse would be walking with his head under his arm.
Really?
Yeah. And you'd see people in half a costume with hairnets on, and people you could see a dance class, and where they were teaching them how to dance, and yeah,
Nice.
it was really, really fascinating. Just up my street.
Yeah.
And where the costumes were made, and we went backstage to see the floats, and you
How
had all the
cool.
gents with the floats and things, and it was very interesting. Yeah, so I quite enjoyed that, and of course Rob was well into that. He was
Of
he was
course.
trying to. He loves to see how things work. Dave would have loved that.
Yeah, he would have.
Yeah, yeah, and they call it. You've got different lands in Disney World. You've got Frontierland, you've got Tomorrowland, and things, and all the different lands
Right.
had different corridor system with different colours in the corridor, so that you knew which land was up above you.
Oh,
Because
right.
people working in Frontierland, once they got into their costume, once they got into their sort
Zone.
of zone, then they weren't allowed to walk above ground in another land. They'd have to actually come out in the land that they were working in.
Got you.
Yeah, really interesting how Disney runs then.
Well,
I
that's a
found
big
that
industry.
I like things like that. Yeah.
Well, we had today, this is the polar opposite, walking through Bentley Woods, and there were ladies. It was so interesting. They were doing dyeing clothes or cloth using different techniques and like different dyes from different roots.
Oh yes.
Oh, and using different like Japanese weaving tricks, and it was so fascinating. Yeah, I was in my element there. Yeah, totally cool. Like different route. Yeah, it was brilliant to actually do. I enjoyed that, and I enjoyed watching that as well. just different, isn't it? Something
Yeah.
different. So that was good. I learnt a lot about different roots and the colours that you get from the different roots. That was great.
They use all sorts of vegetables and things, don't they? Do they use
Yeah,
carrots and beetroot?
they were using, yeah, I can't even, forgive me for not knowing all the names. But there were some pretty beautiful colours. She was saying, because we said, oh, what about turmeric? Because that's, you know, that stains everything, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And she said, turmeric is a beautiful bright colour, but it fades easily.
What is it?
It fades, yeah, as a
Oh,
dye.
I don't know
Yeah. So she had dyes there that were really fast, as in, you know, they didn't fade.
Yeah.
Just beautiful. Yeah, it was nice to watch. And her hands were blue. And I said, I think Grace asked her, do your hands ever go back to normal? She said, no.
Oh,
No.
I'd hate that. I'd hate that, Bob.
You'd definitely struggle with that.
Right,
Yeah,
are we on then?
Yeah.
Yeah? Great.
Done.
Lovely. So shall we put a red in next?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Let's.
Okay.
Well,
So
this
the
is
red,
looking
show
good.
me where the red is. Oh,
Oh, I see where the red is.
my telly's gone off. Hang on. Can you hear me, Bob?
I can hear you, love. And
Can
you're
you
still
see
on the
me?
screen. Yeah.
Am I?
Yeah.
Hang on a minute.
I can see you. So I
Oh, there
think
we
the
are.
red bit. Show us where the red
Right.
bit is, Linda.
Right, so red there, red there.
Come down a
So
bit. Come down a bit. Come down. Come down. Come
sorry.
down. That's it.
So it's just it's
Oh, I
two
didn't do
on
the
each
little part.
side of your purple point.
I
Okay?
didn't do
There's
that
no red
purple
in
bit.
there, and there's no red in there. So it's two on each side of your purple point.
So this is supposed to be purple as well, is it? That little bit there.
Did I purple it? No, it's green.
It's green. Sorry, I couldn't
Actually
see.
green, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, but you can put your
Yeah.
purple if you want, yeah?
No. So this is let me just do one section and then I'll just repeat it.
Okay.
So that's the red bits there. Is that right, Linda? That's the red bits there, just those two little bits. Show me again. Sorry,
Yeah,
love.
that's right. Those two
And
little bits.
is that
Those,
all?
yeah, no, and those two
And the
little
two and these
two
bits as
little
well.
V's there.
That as well, right?
You're almost completing that semicircle, but you're
Yeah.
leaving that little V for green.
Yeah, got you.
Okay?
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world if you do the V, is it? You know.
No. Looks good though.
With any luck, you might not have to do these bits again, but if you think they're not quite up to scratch, then don't forget to blot now.
No. Yeah.
We won't be long with this now. When you've had enough, just say.
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, me too.
I don't think. Yeah. If people fancy just hanging out with us,
Yeah.
that's good.
Well, they can dip in and out as they like then when it's finished, can't they?
Of course. Of course. Yeah. But it's an interesting technique with the perga colours for sure, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, God.
I think what we could do, Linda,
Yeah.
Just stick to one. Should we just do one side to
Should we do
complete
one
it?
side then? Yeah, because people
Should
can
we
finish.
do? Otherwise, we will be here till
Yeah,
midnight.
we'll be here all the time when we. Yeah.
What do you
Let's
think
just
of that
do one.
idea?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Because anybody that's been following us, they can finish up the other 3 sides, can't they?
Yes, definitely.
How's that?
There's not much left to do now anyway, so I mean,
Mhm.
you can cut it out if you want, or you can just trim it and leave it straight. So
It's funny how it comes when it comes together. It looks so nice. Look, look, look,
pretty,
look, look.
isn't it? It's
And then
almost jewel-like, isn't it?
it is. And so let me ask you this: the bit that's still left, that's going to be green, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Oh, that goes off. That goes on. Right. So I've learnt a lot today because I've learnt how to get really smooth, vibrant colour on these. Yeah, because you've picked dark colours that I would typically avoid. You know that. That's funny. That
Well, I would as well, see. And I thought, well, you know, I
got to work it
can't
out.
keep avoiding dark colours just because I don't particularly like them, and I like pastels. I can't cater for my
No,
own likes and dislikes. So it's but I have got something really lovely to show you next time, and I think you quite like it.
you see the way I was avoiding. Well, this is just I don't know. You'll go no, no, no. You can't do that. But when I got to, if I was going to use a dark colour like this,
Yeah,
and I was a little bit worried about you know, the thickness, the intensity of it, I
yeah,
would use a mix mat, right? And
yeah,
I would put the colour on the mix mat like that, right?
yeah,
And then I would use a blending tool. This is
yeah.
just, you may say, no, this ain't good. I would
No, you
use a
can.
tiny, like I'd put a blend in, I'd use a tiny little bit of water, the
Yeah,
tiniest amount of water to dilute it a little bit,
yeah,
right? I'm going to show you. This is my way of dealing with the dark colours. Tiny little bit of water. Yeah, come on, Gray, a bit of water. I'm going to spit at it in a minute. Hang on. Hold on. Come
and
on,
Paul
water.
has used those little brushes, hasn't he? To
The little water brushes, yeah.
yeah, without
Right, that's it.
water in, yeah?
That works as well, does it? Yes, that's right.
I
So I've
think he
got the
did.
tiniest amount of water now, which I put
Yeah,
on my nib like that.
yeah,
Right. Hang on,
yeah,
let me see. And then I go in and I pick up the ink then, like that.
yes,
And then I go in and I use it like that.
yeah. And
And
then you've got paler colour then, yes?
slightly
I can't,
paler.
you'll have to come over a bit. I can't.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes,
And then you go in and it is slightly diluted. It's a little bit diluted, so it's a little
yeah,
bit paler.
yeah,
But it does work with the really dark colours. You get a much smoother effect. But it's
yeah,
just I think I prefer your idea because you get the vibrance. You're not losing the colour, are you?
yeah, yeah. And if you give it another layer as well, if it's not quite dark enough for you,
Mm.
it's going to be really jewel-like, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm putting a bit of green on these end ones as well now.
So say for example with Tina's like her mandala designs that want to be really Indian sort of vibrant.
Yes, it would
This is a
work well.
great technique, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. There we are.
You finished?
Well, I've done one side.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah?
Let's have a look. So have I. Let's have a look now.
Oh, yeah? Oh, there we are.
Wow.
Lovely.
Look.
Yeah? That's
Wow, how
great.
pretty is that? They look so nice.
Yeah,
Look,
that's really lovely. Yeah, you've done a
that's
great job with that,
really well, only because you told me to keep blotting.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's your card. And then you've got your, let me put it on the black. Your white, you've got your white card. You've got your piece of Very Violet. And if you want to, you can turn your piece of Very Violet round. And it's a lot darker, yeah? And then you either trim this or cut it out and put it on top. And I would put a piece of white card. I've lost my piece of white card. Oh, there it is. So I would put, sorry, my white card, my Very Violet, and a piece of white card on top of that that's been cut with my Pico dies.
Yeah.
And my finished project on
Yes.
top. So you can trim it, or
Yeah.
you can cut around with the 2-needle tool. But to be honest with you, I've used a 2-needle tool and a scissors to Pico cut that, but you can hardly see it, to be honest with you. If you're putting it on white, I don't see the point of doing all that work.
No, I think, but I really like the different techniques that you've given us with the colouring. I think it's come out really smashing, Linda. You know?
Good, thank you, Bob.
I think they've come out really smashing, and I'm really pleased with the way. Like I say, I've always avoided the dark colours, and and I thought when you went for them, I thought that'll be interesting.
Yeah, I know.
It's absolutely lovely, Linda.
That one that you've got there now that you've done, I actually like it with just the purple in the border.
Doesn't it look pretty?
Isn't that pretty? I think it's actually nicer.
It's so pretty, isn't it? To just
you
knock
could
out
perforate
some of the
that in
colours.
there with the 1-needle tool, couldn't you? On a grid, that would be pretty. Isn't that lovely?
Really lovely.
Yeah.
So there you go, and that's ended. Where are you, girlfriend?
Hang on.
No. Thank you so much, Linda.
Pleasure.
Thank you so much.
And thank you to everybody that tuned in.
Thank you ever so much, darling Jilly.
Thank you, Jilly.
For helping as well. Yeah.
She's a good girl.
She's a good egg.
Yeah.
And Linda, perhaps you could do us a favour. We may have a photograph. What we'll have to do is just take a really good photograph of the finished card. And then our friends, it'd be great, because then our friends can, I like to really look at the card, and then I can see, especially like a colouring exercise, or which bit's which, just to give you.
Do you want me to get Stuart to post the photograph, or do you want me to post the photograph?
I'll find it, and I'll do it over the weekend. I'll dig it up.
And Stuart's got it in an email, because I sent it a couple of days ago with the list.
Marvellous.
So he's got it, yeah. Okay then.
All right. Well, many thanks, Linda, and many thanks for everybody who's hung out with us. I know that there were a couple of hundred people, 250 people at one point, Linda.
Wow, brilliant. Thank you, everyone.
So that's really brilliant. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, the next craft along, that's what I wanted to say. No, they're not the next craft along. The next collection of 5 plates, which we've been fine-tuning, and they're all in production now. They're really beautiful. And they are, if I'm not mistaken, that date I can show you, I can tell you it's going to be the last Thursday. So the new and exclusive, Thursday, the 29th of September at 4 o'clock. Those beautiful plates from Linda will be released on Create and Crafts. That's the 29th of September at 4 o'clock. And then on the Saturday, they'll be available on our website. It's the way it is.
Yeah.
And of course, any of the collections thus far are always available. And then, and then we'll do another craft along with those 5 plates. So I think the whole idea, and I think it's working really well, is that we've got time as crafters to digest the designs, look at the designs, play with them, get familiar with them, rather than having 25 plates land on your doorstep and then it's like, whoa, what am I going to do with this lot?
Yeah, too much, isn't it? One go.
So I think this is a really great way of kind of introducing everybody to your beautiful artwork, Linda.
Great.
And then tomorrow, don't forget Tina Cox. She will be working her magic on Create and Craft on the main channel, and that will be at 1 o'clock and at 5 o'clock. And if you fancy joining Linda and Paul and Josie and myself and Lynn Jackson,
yeah,
at the Spa Hotel, that's on the 19th and 20th. So the idea is that you come up on the Tuesday and check in, so you're there all fresh as a daisy on the Wednesday.
Oh, we love.
If you fancy join us, it'll be lovely. It really is quite something, and it's once a year. That's it, isn't it? It's once a year in October.
Yeah.
So be nice. If you are a little bit apprehensive about coming out, it's safe. It's as safe as it could be, and we've got smaller numbers so that there's more space, and it'll be all right. Be good. Be good. If you fancy joining us, ring Janine on Tuesday. Monday, we're going to, in keeping, in respect for the Queen, we're going to close our company for a day and give everybody a day to reflect and give her a good send off.
Yeah.
And other than that, Tuesday we'll get back on the horse and we'll crack on. Okay. So Liz, thank you very much, and Jilly, thank you very much.
Thank you, Jilly.
And, yeah, brilliant. Any questions? Now's your time to ask them. Has anybody got a question? I know Jilly will probably be chomping at the bit to get off this.
Oh, they can message me. Anybody can message me if they want, and I'll answer. Yeah,
That's
no
it.
problem.
That's lovely. All right. Lots and lots of love to you, Linda, and thank you again for thank you for spending your Friday with us.
Thank you, Bob, for everything.
Have a smashing weekend. I'll speak to you later.
Yeah. Love to you all. Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye now.